B.O.B.
What up, world? It's your boy Chuck Wickill, aka Charles Brown, back again with another review. But first, I want to ask you, are you good? Good. All right, man. Your boy Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover, got a new album. He dropped it on surprise. When he had dropped it, then took it down and then dropped it again. And the whole world went, oh, Donald Glover album out, blah, blah, blah. I want to say this about Donald Glover. First of all, before we get started, I am a Donald Glover fan. Let me just say that. Donald Glover could be a genius. Let me start here. I don't know if you people really understand what a genius is, right? And I'm not talking about just musically. This is what I'm talking about. A genius. Kanye is very good at what he does, right? And he's borderline genius. He's done some very huge moves in the world of rap. He's done some big records. He's done some great music that was cutting edge. He made everyone started using 808s when he came out with 808. I mean, people was using it before that, but when he came out with 808 and Heartbreaks, which I did not like, by the way. I liked the two singles off the record, but I could not stand that record. My brother-in-law Pedro loves that record. That's like the changing point of his life, 808s and Heartbreak. I was so disappointed when that came out. So disappointed. But he got me back. And they say that changed a lot of sound. A lot of the people to this day are benefiting from the sound that 808s created. And I agree. I agree that a lot of people started using the 808s to make their music instead of using the kick and the snare. It was all about turning to the 808. But he has the clothing line. He has other stuff, I guess. But I don't find Kanye to be a genius. If you understand what a genius is, let me explain to you what a genius is. Donald Glover was a comedian. A kid, first he was doing YouTube videos, right? Little quirky, nerdy YouTube videos. Doing it with, so I guess he hung around white kids and that was what he did. And this shit was funny. You want to know why? Because, first of all, this was 10 years ago or more. Like, YouTube was just starting and people was experimenting, making these little goofy web series and these little quirky little scenario videos that was like, oh, like just weird, like weird shit. But I like weird shit. I'm weird. I like the coolest, hardest shit, and I like the weirdest shit. And if you do both of them with conviction, I'm probably gonna like it. If you do like Griselda, if you do the toughest, hardest gangster shit in the fucking world with no fucking fucks, like you don't give two fucks, then guess what? I probably like it. They don't care what you think. And on the flip side, with Donald Glover, Mystery Team, right? Did the Mystery Team movie. I think Mystery Team started on YouTube first and then they made it into a movie or something, whatever. This dude was co-writing that. Think about it. This is a kid writing I'm sure he went to some kind of school, artistic school or whatever, to learn acting and writing. I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do the research. I probably read it and don't remember because it was so long ago. But probably went to some artistic school, did the research, and learned how to write scripts and this stuff, da-da-da. And the people he was with, all little white kids, everybody was doing whatever. He's a black kid, right? What's the first thing you expect the one black kid in the middle of these white kids to be? To try to be tough. To try to act like he's cooler than them. But no, this kid acts like he's whiter than them. Which was funnier. You understand? He wasn't afraid to make a goofy face. He wasn't afraid to have this high-pitched voice and just act clueless and just be funny. It's like Steve Urkel. I give Steve Urkel His real name is not Steve Urkel. He's the character from Family Matters, Steve Urkel. Or some of you may call him Stefan Urkel when he drank the potion or stepped in the time machine or whatever the hell he did to turn he stepped in the machine and he turned himself into Stefan. In any event, Steve Urkel never was out of character. He never was ashamed to be Steve Urkel. That kid played that role to a T. He never got out of character, and he acted like the super nerd, and America loved it, and this dude made a bag. Just like Junior from Blackish. Never gets out of character. No matter how goofy the character's supposed to be, he plays that. He's straight with a straight face. And that's what you have to do. So that's right there. Let's start there. The little black kid in the middle of this whole white world, and he's acting, he's not even trying to be, well, I'm the black one. I'm cool. Like, look at my sneakers. No, this dude played his role, and it was hysterical. Right? So he's doing the YouTube videos. All of a sudden, he gets the call to, after Mystery Team, he gets the call to write for Community, I believe. Now you're a writer. You're a real writer on a real sitcom. Right? If I'm not mistaken. Was he writing for Community? Or was it Saturday Night Live? Whatever he was writing for. I don't know what he was writing for. But I know that he got hired to work on Community as an actor. I don't know if he was writing for it or not, but I know he was working for it. God forgive me, this is some old shit, and I don't remember everything. The dude had a comedy special, which I thought was hilarious. Again, if you read YouTube comments, you would think the entire world hates everything. But I found Donald Glover to be hilarious. I used to go back to watch his comedy specials. He had a comedy special on either one of the cable networks, and they put that on YouTube, and I started watching little excerpts from that. By then, he started rapping. So now you got an actor, a writer, and a rapper. Which, when he first started rapping, it was like, all right, the little kid from, you know what I'm saying? It's like Diggy Simmons is rapping now. All right, word. All right, so you got the kid that was from YouTube videos, is down rapping, and he got a show. Fucking Chevy Chase and shit. You know what I'm saying? You're like, damn, this kid's coming up. Like, how is he doing this stuff? Like, how is this happening? Like, you don't see, it looks very, it's organic, and it looks very unconventional. To be honest with you, you're going from YouTube web skits to primetime TV with Chevy Chase, you know what I'm saying, and the dude from The Hangover. How do we get here? So he's doing that. The name that his character on that show is right on the tip of my tongue. Right on the tip of my tongue. But anyway, hilarious. He's hilarious on there. So now, and he's not trying to play. He's not, Theo Huxtable. He's doing the goofy pal to the other goofy, the two nerds. This is genius stuff, because you're not going to get too many black actors that want to play the goofy nerd next to the Middle Eastern goofy nerd. You're not going to get too many that want to do that, or who have the knowledge that is a stepping stone to get better. What rapper would have done that would have really wanted to be taken seriously as a rapper? Please name him. I want to know who would have played the goofy nerd on Community, but then try to put out a rap record, right? Heartbeat and all this stuff. 3005, whatever the stuff he got. So it's like, how are you balancing these two? How do your cast members from this show take you seriously as a rapper and vice versa? You know how? You don't care if they do. You don't care. You go to the studio, you're on a national program, right? on primetime television, you go in the studio and drop 14 N-bombs on your record, right? Because you don't care either way. They're going to take me or they ain't. And that's what people don't understand. Yeah, Kanye did that. He wore the pink polo, da-da-da. I don't think he had a choice because he would have looked ridiculous trying to rock a jersey with a hat on backwards and a freaking headband. So he didn't have no choice but to be himself. Because you could tell he wasn't built like that. So, again, with Donald Glover was extremely different. Donald Glover was so different. I believe when I heard that he was from, and correct me if I'm wrong, I heard that he was from Atlanta. I was like, you gotta be shitting me. He's from Georgia or somewhere like that. I was like, you have got to be shitting me. You could have told me San Diego, San Francisco, anywhere along the coast. You could have told me this dude was raised on a vineyard. Anything. By the water. Or up in Seattle. You could have told me anything. And I would have believed it. You could have never told me this kid was raised anywhere in the South. Because he never personified that. He never portrayed, I've been in the city. You know what I'm saying? Like the character that you saw that he portrayed from YouTube to Community, even some of his rap stuff, he wasn't trying to be Migos or anything like that. He was just doing him. And for some reason, and you gotta admit, like his crowd was a more, and he knows it was more of a white crowd, you know what I'm saying? Which is, everybody got a white crowd, but it's minus the black crowd. Like some rappers have both. They have a black and white crowd. I believe Donald Glover had a mostly white crowd with his rapping. And I truly believe, and I'm pretty much a good judge of character, I truly believe he took what he had, but he really, really wanted to be taken seriously. For a time there. I think for about 6 months, 8 months, he really tried to cross into that we take you serious as a rapper lane. We take you, you're in the talk. You're in the convo. You know what I'm saying? He was on this side to the left. You know what I'm saying? With Tyler and Hobson, and he's over there. You know what I'm saying? But I think for like a hot 6-9 months, he really tried to come over there. Because when you really truly like rap, if you really truly are a spitter, you want to be in all of those bubbles. You want the white people to like you. You want the black people to like you. You want the Chinese people, Asian people, Middle East. You want everyone to say, he's nice. You know what I'm saying? Just like a Logic. Logic wants desperately, don't let nobody tell you different, desperately to be accepted on this street level, this ghetto, this gutter side, this trap side, desperately would love to get embraced and revered like that. But he's gonna take what he has, and he makes big numbers. He makes big records. His YouTube numbers are ridiculous. But you go in the hood and be like, yo, you heard that new Logic? They're gonna be like, what's that? The TV show? What does that mean? What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So that's the same goes for Donald Glover. I think for a hot minute he wanted that. But he wisely, because I was like he was doing freestyles on different little radio outlets and shit, and I'm like, dude could spit, but I think he's about to make a mistake. But to that point, he didn't make no mistakes. He didn't try to turn his hat backwards and try to rock a bomber and put some Timbs and like, yo, what's up with y'all? You know what I'm saying? He didn't try to do an MC Hammer, and now he's pumps in a bump. He didn't try to do that. What he did, he tried to like insert himself in that rapper lexicon, which I knew was a mistake. I knew it was a mistake, and he realized that mistake. He realized that mistake, and I believe he realized that I can't force anything that I do because then it's not authentic. And I truly believe that's why you don't see him doing too many interviews anymore, because it's not an interview's not authentic. To be honest with you, an interview is set up a set time. They have questions. A lot of times you get the questions in advance. A lot of times the questions are catered to make you comfortable so you won't leave. It's all manufactured. It's all manufactured. And for you to do an interview, it's not generic. And so you come off making these statements and making these the insincere, these insincere quotes, and you're just trying to follow the protocol. You know what I'm saying? So I think he understood that. And that's what a genius will understand. I'm not going to be out here pupperizing, trying to say the right thing, and you know what I'm saying? Then somebody like Charlemagne comes and turn my shit around, and now I'm looking like a goofball. You know what I'm saying? So what he did was, in my opinion, he said, I am going to do what I really, truly want to do. And he came with the funk album, right? Redbone and all. Who saw that coming? Even one point he was talking about, I'm not Childish Gambino no more. I'm dropping that name. Right? Which, again, to me, I was like, that's a mistake. You've built this brand. Childish Gambino really says everything you need to know. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't take this serious. I got my name from the Wu-Tang Generator, and whatever it said, it is what it is. I don't care if it's dumb, silly, because I don't care. And Childish Gambino is now becoming an institution. It's becoming something that people look forward to. So he drops Redbone and all that good stuff. Massive success. People, it was so out of left field because everybody was expecting rap. It was so out of left field, people embraced it. I think 99% of people embraced it. I saw some dude online like, wow, this is so much like Funkadelic that it's too much like Funkadelic. If it wasn't so Funkadelic, I would probably like. I'm like, I immediately added. I'm like, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna make a tribute album to the music of funk without sounding like funk? You know what I'm saying? People stupid. But he made this album. A fantastic piece of work. Genius type of music because it was in the vein of experimentation, which a lot of rappers don't. They don't experiment. They have a lane, they stay in it. They have a sound, they're scared to come out of it. You know what I'm saying? You get some people who understand the power of experimentation, and some people who are so afraid that they're going to lose their base, they would not experiment to save their life. Some people won't even try different producers because they're so scared. Now, experimentation can go wrong. Common's Electric Circus, to me, was a disaster. Maybe I wasn't ready to hear it, but I tried to go back years later and listen to it again. I'm like, this is still trash. So every now and then when you experiment, it can be done wrong. Like take like an Andre 3000. He experimented all the time and it was right. And you can see a lot of Andre 3000 in Childish Gambino's music, Donald Glover's music. You can see it. You can hear it. Even with this newest album that I'm about to review right now. You can hear the experimentation, the Andre 3000 influence. You can hear it. Vibrate, all that little stuff on The Love Below, wrapped up in a bow, and just thrown in here with the mix of other stuff that this dude came up with. But it's in there. And that's why Andre 3000 name is brought up a lot of times when you're talking top 10. because he wasn't afraid to experiment. This dude's singing and doing all this, he wasn't afraid. And I believe that this guy is not afraid. So Donald Glover not only does all of that, right? He does all of that. He's on Community. He's fucking Lando Calrissian in the goddamn Star Wars, in the goddamn Han Solo movie. He's cameo in Spider-Man, right? He does this little movie for Amazon, which possibly the only thing I didn't like that Donald Glover did. Like the what's the name for that show on Amazon with him and Rihanna? It's the only thing I didn't really like that he did. Then you get all that, and then you come with Atlanta. Right? I'm not gonna hold y'all much longer, but Atlanta, bro, like instant classic. So this is. I'm gonna try to name some instant classics, and you'll understand what I mean when I say Atlanta was an instant classic. When Boondocks first dropped, that was an instant classic. Very first season. Dave Chappelle first dropped, instant classic. Right? For fans of Moesha, some may say that was an instant classic. Right? Instant classic, bro. Like, this right here is so tuned in to Black America, but it's not patronizing to it. And that's what people don't understand. You cannot patronize black people. We may seem simple, we may seem even ignorant, but we are not dumb. And when you can put something like Paperboy and then have from the invisible car to the guy in the house who's Donald Glover, and you don't even know that it's him the entire episode. I knew. I was like, that's Donald Glover. I wasn't even close to I was like, they won't give you a good shot. I'm like, that's Donald Glover with white makeup on. Hilarious though. Hilarious. But the show's not just hilarious. It has elements. It has levels to it. It's writing at its best. It's writing at its best. This thing is Good Times, bro. If they put Good Times in 2020, this is what you would get. Mad fucking, you would get that indie feel. No laugh track. Mad, like, real stuff. Fight break out. People get shot. Like, all that. It's classic material. And to do something like that, where's Kanye's show? You know what I'm saying? I get it that the Yeezys is hot in the street and people paying $3,000 for a pair of Yeezys. But where's Kanye's movie? Where's his show? Where's his YouTube special? Like, where are the things? Where is his This Is America? And let's just talk about that. Let's talk about the cultural impact of This Is America. All right, I done gave you all this genius stuff. Now, the average rapper, if they even would have made This Is America, even if they would have made it, right? Even if an average rapper would have made This Is America, they wouldn't have did it right. Because this dude had a message layered with a message under that, layered with a message under that. You had to watch it 5 times just to understand what was even happening. The context of it. The multi-layered, it was multifaceted. That's genius stuff. Right? Kanye goes, if I fuck this model and she just bleached her asshole and I get bleach on my shirt, I'm going to feel like an asshole. You understand what I'm talking about? Ain't much context and ain't much layers to that. He's talking about fucking bitches that bleach their asshole. But this is this is our genius. You understand? So what I'm saying, I say all that to this is not to bash Kanye, but I'm talking about when you throw in the word, you never heard Donald Glover say I'm a genius. Like, I'm that nigga, I'm just a genius. No, you never heard. If you heard him, he was talking about the next shit he's about to do. Or avoiding talking about the next shit he's about to do. And I never heard this dude explain anything. Everybody was like, well, what's the meaning of this is America? Can you talk about it? He's like, I don't want to give you my meaning. I want you to have your own meaning. That's a genius. You understand what I'm saying to you? A genius ain't going to tell you over and over he's a genius. This dude is a genius. You understand what I'm saying? I don't throw that word around. I don't think I've ever called anyone a genius. Right? I don't never. You can watch all my videos and be like, this dude's genius. I made what Kendrick made, you know what I'm saying? In the lane of rap, Kendrick is a genius. I don't throw that word around, bro. This dude is bigger than rap. This ain't about rap right now. Right? Like Tyler the Creator. I just saw Tyler on an episode, was a couple episodes of Kidding. And the dude can act. He's a genius. Plays his own music. Creates these videos. He's a genius to me. But again, it's because he's outside the box. I don't throw this word around. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z's a genius. But I don't think there's many more names. Probably got about 3 more. 10 tops. That we're going to say is a genius. You know what I'm saying? Genius. I say all that to say this. I have talked all this time about Donald Glover, a.k.a. Childish Gambino, who is a worldwide star. We need that new season of Atlanta. We need that. Supposedly it got stopped because of coronavirus. Rightfully so, but we need that. I say all that to say this. This album, right? This is right there with Igor and Anderson .Paak. It's right there. It's right there. And if that's the lane you're looking for, look no further. Like, you can put this is Prince 2020. I was listening to this album and I was like, this is Prince for the new kids that will never get to experience Prince. He just brought you Prince. I'm not going to go song for song because as a body of work, this is solid. This is solid. This is extremely creative. And, I mean, when I listen to it, not only is it creative and experimental, it's truthful, but it also is telling us that we already know what this album is about as far as the topics, but he's making them so eclectic, in my opinion, that it's simple. The wordplay is simple, but he's layering it with such interesting and complex, diverse music. Like, if you just strip away the music and just listen to the words that he's saying on some of the songs, right? And I'm not a person, I don't like albums with numbers for songs. I'm just say that. But I forgive it for this album. I know I said in the past, I don't like Kendrick's Untitled album because none of the songs are named. I said that. But I have to eat that with this one because I like these songs even though they aren't named. They have numbers. I think Algorithm and one more. have names. I think the rest are numbers. The features fit perfect. 21 Savage sounds dope on here. The song, the summer feels like summer. That one, it's fire. You know how when you get an old song put on a new album, people be like, "Why'd you put that on there?" But it fits this album. The 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 track list, even though it goes, some of the songs, it's so left. Some of the songs are slow, and then you'll get this upbeat disco vibe, and then you'll get this acid rock vibe, and then you'll get this pseudo R&B electro vibe. It's all over the place, but the core of it is a funk vibe, right? To a degree. And I don't think this guy relies heavily just being, this is a funk record, blah, blah, blah. And the reason I'm choosing my words so carefully is because I have some of my feelings about some of this stuff on here is, I don't know why that's happening, but I don't mind it. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the sounds, it's almost like if you were to go to Germany and listen to them making those electro acid type of instrumental CDs that are just weird ass sounds. They just start playing around and they save it. That's what we're gonna, and then just noise for no reason. Some of that is on here, right? I'm not mad at it because as a concept album, I understand you need to have extended elements that aren't repetitive. Like back in the day, we would make a rap song and have a loop from the beginning to end. Dum, 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 dum. Nothing else, just the loop. And dudes rapping. You can't do that anymore. That's not what this is about anymore. The songs have to have layers. They have to be live instrumentation. I understand that. And I do get it. Sometimes I feel like there are some weird sounds for no reason. But again, this is his journey that he's taking you on. And it may be for people that just pop a pill, popped acid or something, or smoking or whatever. Some of the stuff I find to be unnecessarily weird, but I enjoy it all. I take it for what it is. I'm not upset with any of it. I don't think it's whack. I even the songs that I thought I wouldn't like, once it got going in the melody and then he took it where it was going to go, I started liking him. So I'll say this. There's no song on here that I don't like. Right? There's nothing I'm skipping right now. Now, as things go on, I might start skipping or whatever. But right now, I'm letting it play as a piece of art. I'm letting it play as a piece of art. I'm not trying to go through. Yeah, I do have a favorite song. I believe it's 1928 or something like that. The song, I have a very favorite song. I think I played that song probably today alone. The song where he says, when you're beautiful, you're hunted. That joint is fire. With the little upbeat tempo disco beat. That joint is fire. So I do have a favorite song. I probably played that 50 times today. Because it's just the mood. But I don't think anything's out of place. I'm not going song for song. I don't think anything's out of place. I don't think he made any real mistakes. I don't think, even when he went like from preachy to, I ain't gonna say sexy, you know what I'm saying, but like sexual in a snap, and you couldn't even tell the difference of that. You couldn't even tell that it just transcended that. And all of a sudden you're listening to a song about world peace. You know what I'm saying? Or taking some chick virginity or something, you know what I'm saying? Or some how dark skinned chicks are better. You know what I'm saying? So the album, is eclectic, but you don't feel like you're getting thrown and tossed all around. So my grade for this album, I'm gonna give it an A. Like if you know anything about me, you know I'm experimental. I like Against All Odds. I like XXXTentacion's album. I like Tyler's albums. I like the experimental stuff. Tribe shit is always experimental. They always experiment. So with that being said, I'm gonna give this an A. I say go check it out. This is a quality album. I hope to bring some more stuff out. Him and Janae Aiko got some good music. But with that being said, I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip side, man. I'll be back soon. Talking Facts Friday. Gonna start being live on Facebook. Peace.